We would like to welcome Matt Rosen to the program. Matt is the CEO and founder of Aleda, and this is a technology consulting firm that's helping automate companies through AI. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for having me on the show.
You bet, you bet. So we are hearing every day, there's a good story, there's a bad story. You don't know what to believe, but one thing we know for sure is that there are a lot of folks that are in the creative side of things that are afraid that AI is killing their jobs. What do you say to those folks?
You know, I read the same article. You had one of the top folks at OpenAI say that there are creative jobs that shouldn't have maybe ever even existed. And I, kind of read that and thought that was somewhat of an insensitive comment. With every technology revolution, from the steam engine to the assembly line to the internet, everyone was afraid my job's going away. And it's no different with AI. And the fact of the matter is, these engines are pretty powerful. They can do some pretty great things, but they don't produce things without humans giving them inputs. They don't produce things without humans curating the content. And half the time you don't know what they're pointing to and may not want to use that content because it may be copyrighted. So I think for jobs that are lost, there's going to be just as many, if not more, created to really take advantage of the technology. I can tell you, as a company that writes software for a living, our designers and user experience folks are in super high demand right now because people are able to write software faster than ever. So I, for one, am an optimist and doesn't think it's going to take jobs away. It's just the jobs are going to be a little bit different.
Well, I think that there's people like in the writing field, for example. As you say, you've got to put in what you want to tell AI what you want. But I think that, and I guess it's the great unknown that is making everybody nervous too, right?
Yeah, it's always things we don't understand yet. And if you haven't, started to play with ChatGPT or Claude or one of these models, I highly encourage it because, I actually used it for one of the very first times to write some campfire stories. And it wrote like maybe 50% of the story, gave me some ideas. And even after I asked tons of questions, I still had to go back and rewrite half the story myself. So it gave me a starting point. I don't think you're ever going to see where AI can completely do a movie script or a book. And if it does, it's probably not going to be all that good. I think it's still going to require a human to curate it. I mean, some developers, we build software for companies and help them implement AI, and there's tools that help you code faster, but someone still has to check that code. I would not want to get in an airplane that had their control system being written by AI. So I think there's still going to be a level of governance and input and refinement in any type of AI-generated writing, content, video, software, what have you. And that's going to require humans.
Well, then, Matt, how do we weave those together? How do, persons like me, I write, and people that are writers of music or any kind of thing like that, how do we integrate what we do into this new technology?
It's a learning process, and these tools get better every day. But then, interestingly, you saw some of the big music labels sued two of the AI content generators because they're using copyrighted content. So I think for folks like yourself that are creative, like to write, I think it's figure out how the tools can help. It doesn't mean give up exactly what you're doing. It's like when digital photography came around. All the true photographers were like, I'm never going to do that. I'm going to keep taking black and whites, and I'm going to develop it. And well, obviously, most photographers use digital cameras now. I think it's going to be much of the same thing. It's figuring out how do you incorporate these tools into your workflow. And for everyone, it's going to be a little different. But the technology is here, so we can either embrace it and learn how to use it, and it's going to be a little bit different for everyone, or we can put our heads in the sand and ignore it. And so, I was saying that, AI is not going to take your job, but someone using AI is coming for your job.
Someone that knows how. I was there for the demise of the darkroom, by the way, and in the newspaper business, so I remember all of that. But, okay, so we need to know that someone that knows AI and is familiar with it and knows how to use it is going to be the one that takes your job, not AI itself.
That's what I believe. AI is just, it can't do anything without humans. We've always been better together, technology and humans. We don't work better alone. But you're seeing some massive advances in healthcare and drugs, and AI is doing a lot of great things. But yes, for those who write all day long, I highly encourage them to at least start to begin to play with the tools. They're easy to access. You can get them on your phone, you get them on your laptop, and honestly, that's what my company does for a living, is helps organizations really figure out how are we going to embrace this technology before someone using it, gets an edge on us. And I think a lot of individuals are using the technology, but I work with a lot of different clients across the U.S., and they're still trying to figure out how are we going to use this and how do we keep our information safe, and how do we make sure the outputs are correct, we don't cause an airplane to crash or give the wrong prescription to somebody. And so there's still going to be a lot of humans involved where AI is involved. And I think the opportunities are just going to be different, just as every technological revolution we've seen in our lifetimes.
And Matt, you, like when I introduced you, you help automate companies through AI. What are some of the things that you do to a company? Give us an example to integrate AI into their regular workday.
Yeah, no, thank you for asking. So for one company we work with, they do a lot of accounting type tasks, and they help buy and sell companies. And for them, we help use AI to just scan lots of documents. If you think about it, if you're buying or selling a company, you want to make sure if they're a certain type of corporation, well, is that paperwork there? And so you can literally upload tons of documents and ask the documents questions without having to have somebody go through page by page looking for things. And that was one example. We've got another client of ours that's using AI in clinical trials to detect cancers. It used to be radiologists have to read every different scan, but now you have AI that can help read the scans and then present those results to a doctor. So it's helping develop drugs faster. So there's a lot of different things, but where we start is kind of look at an organization's business processes, help them understand where AI could be implemented, trial something out, make sure it works, and then build from there. But what we're seeing from most clients is they're developing kind of a roadmap of what to do, and they're kind of testing it out. But we haven't seen a whole ton who have put this in full production or using it every day. But we're going to see that over, I think, the next 12 to 24 months.
I wonder if any of your clients, not to be too nosy, but are in the media space.
Yes, we've got one or two that are, and they're looking at trying to figure out how are they going to use it and develop it. And for a lot of them, it's in kind of an early concept and proof of concept phase where you have people playing with it and using it, but they're not using it across the entire organization just yet.
I have a colleague here that has had a little bit of fun with it, doing some jingles and such. So that has been fun to hear. So.
Yeah, you can have a lot of fun with it. We created some new campfire songs for my big camp out group, and one of the fellows actually posted a bunch of new music. I tell you, it didn't have too much rhythm to it, but some of it was pretty catchy.
That's funny. Well, we appreciate you. Matt Rosen, he is the CEO and founder of Aleta. And Matt, are you up in the Metroplex?
I'm up in Dallas, and you can find us at www.aleta, that's ALLATA.com. Also, if you go on LinkedIn, if you do Matt Rosen, Aleta, you'll find me, and would love to hear from you if you listen to the interview and would like to know more. So thank you so much for having me on the show this morning. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Matt. Have a great day.
You too. Take care.